Tag, very nice, very evil.
Yeah, that's tag shit.
Free fall as I dive through the kaleidoscope in my mind. No rope up to climb. Gotta remind myself that I'm fine. Mama, I don't really...
Welcome to another installment of Tag Me In, where the triple threat / quadruple threat guys of the IWC go over the good, the bad, and everything in between in the world of professional wrestling. I, of course, am Mr. Tag in the Bank, Lip Dizzle. Of course, you have the current reigning, defending, blah, 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 blah. Scooter Ray / Scoot Briscoe himself.
And this title ain't going nowhere, baby. It is here forever around these shoulders. But it's good to be with my brothers. I haven't seen my brothers in a while, so it's good to be here with the family.
And of course, we can't forget Mr. Jaeger Bombastic. So fantastic that if he didn't have so much on his plate right now, he'd be here giving you videos back to back to back to back to back to back.
Just you know, ready to sit here and play spoiler, just like the namesake is trying to hold up to.
Just to get the one quick thing out of the way, we know that we're going over All In, but just to let you all know, we're gonna spend 0 minutes on 0 hour. So there's that. But I'll give my initial thoughts. It was a fantastically solid show. I will give them that. It was long as all hell, but it was absolutely fantastic from top to bottom. Even the stuff that I would have considered bathroom worthy matches were actually somewhat worth watching. There were maybe one or two that I could have done without, but at the same time, matter of fact, I'm gonna take one thing back, because we do have to spend maybe a few seconds on the 0 hour stuff. And that was the disrespect that was done to Jamie Hayter.
Yes.
Scoot, I'm gonna let you kick that off.
All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen out there, the Tag Nation. So after the 10-man tag between Team Rose and Team Other Side, we had Angry Saraya along with Harley Cameron and Saraya's whole family decide to march down to the ring and interrupt All In. And she's talking about how I was champion last year and I was disrespected not being on the show and all these good things. And then she was like, I want to fight, I want an opponent, and I want these things to go down now. And I'm not going nowhere till I get the respect that I deserve. Then AEW, by the way of Tony Khan, decided to disrespect a person who hasn't been back in a full year.
It almost felt like 2 years.
You know what? It probably actually it was. I think it was last All In. And we talking about one Jamie Hayter. Now we all predicted Jamie Hayter was going to arrive and show up, but not in this manner.
Not at all. Yeah, I felt that when it was happening. One, I was confused by the fact that Saraya was on 0 hour, but at the same time, I was like, okay, maybe she's there just to kind of like kick it off. But the moment that you start to see the little pause, like waiting for somebody to come in, I was like, I know this is not about to be Jamie Hayter. And when it was, I was like, wow, this is a complete waste. For one, for it not being on the actual show, and then two, to have her come back for a Saraya segment on 0 hour instead of potentially helping out. Because I thought what was going to happen was that Jamie Hayter was going to come out during a post-match beatdown on Britt Baker from after Mercedes Moné had won. Because then I thought that would have been the best way to do that. Because then, of course, you still have Mercedes win, and then you get the post-match beatdown, and now you have, Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker versus Camille and Mercedes Moné down the line, up until the point to where you get a rematch where Baker actually does win. So This was a complete misstep.
And then they had the unmitigated gall to say Jamie Hayter is trying to take revenge out of any and everybody who injured her and caused her to be on the shelf. And this is how you do it? How you introduce
going after Saraya?
Going after Saraya? Come on now. And then Saraya bring a whole army of people with her, and then they proceed to have Jamie Hayter beat them all up. And then when she gets to the ring, Saraya disappears. And it's like useless.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we all predicted that Jamie Hayter would be running in to cause some kind of an interference, causing Britt to lose. And I can honestly say that even though I did not watch the 0 hour, sorry, I missed it. But by the time I got up and was able to watch and sit down, it was already the show. But
it was 2 hours.
Seeing y'all in the chat, like talking about how she showed up already. I'm over here looking at my phone, flabbergasted. Like, what? Why?
Yeah, and all in all, trash. But for the most part, I'm gonna say that I'm glad that she's back, for one. But because I haven't seen anybody else's review of it so far, so I don't know everybody's take on it. But I would assume that it's a general consensus that this was a misstep.
Well, upon scrolling through these internet comments, a lot of people was not happy. They was happy seeing Jamie Hayter back, but they weren't happy in the manner of how she came back.
I don't know. I mean, we can speculate all day about it, but I guess we'll just have to wait to see what they do, and hopefully they make up for whatever misdirect decision this was. But if we're done talking about stupid ass 0 hour, we can get into the actual show.
And to start us off, we had
there were 3. Hold on a second. There were 3 whole ass matches.
Okay, well, fine.
All right.
We can
leave it at that. We can leave it at that. I don't
really
mind.
Want to put something in perspective, Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii won, which means Willow Nightingale get to pick the stipulation for her and Chris Statlander at All Out for the CMLL Women's Championship. Other than that, and let me say this. I don't know about Lip Dizzle, but did you realize the amount of humanity we saw in the 0 hour? There was like 50 wrestlers we saw in the 0 hour alone.
Unnecessary.
A 16-man tag, a mixed tag, and then a 10-man tag.
Unnecessary.
But,
absolutely unnecessary.
Like, I guess this was a way to pay for the Von Erichs to go overseas. Like, no disrespect to the Von Erichs.
Yeah. I mean, they're fine. I mean, I was okay with that match. That match made sense.
It did.
Yeah.
Because they've been beefing and brawling and dueling for the last month. So that makes sense.
At least they're doing something with Ring of Honor.
As Mr. Dizzle over here said, I've had some things on my plate, so I've been out of the AEW loop for a second.
What you got?
Wasn't Dustin retired?
Well, so what had happened was Mr. Rhodes was on his way out. He was ready to hit that dusty trail and say goodnight and ride on off to the sunset. And just so happens, since the unification of the Trios Championship and the 6-man championship magically separated. So, hey, we got vacant ROH 6-man champs. So Dustin was like, hey, let me team up with these Von Erich boys and let's go get these 6-man championships, which they beat the Undisputed Kingdom for. Then, in a couple process of that, Sammy Guevara returns. So now Sammy Guevara and Dusty Rhodes become a tag team. So it was like, well, hey, since we're a tag team, let us get these ROH championships off of these Undisputed Kingdom boys. And they did just that. So now it's Dustin 2 belts now.
Dusty 2 belts.
Tag team champ. He's just dripping in gold.
Let him have it.
Okay.
In the span of like a month and a half, Dustin 2 belts.
Handling business.
You know what? I'm here for it. Give that man all the gold.
Yeah.
As long as it makes sense. Anyways.
Now, let's get into the opening of the show, because even the opening of the show was in the pre-show. Starting us off for the AEW Trios Championships in a London ladder match, we got the Patriarchy consisting of the Turtleneck Guard, Christian Cage, Kill Switch, and his son, Nick Wayne, versus the House of Black, of course, considering Malachi, Buddy, and Brody. Then you got the Bang Bang Gang of Juice Robinson, and them guns, Austin and Colton, and as nicknamed by one Lip Dizzle himself, we got the Bastard Comeback Club of the Bastard Pack, Willie Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli.
You know what? Great name.
It was an amazing name, especially to keep the BCC going.
Now, again, because I'd been out of the loop for a second.
What you got?
What's Mr. Jay White doing?
He was injured.
That's
According
what I thought.
to storylines, I don't know if he's legitimately hurt for real, but storyline reasons, Christian Cage took him out, and that was the reason why they tried to swap Jay White with Juice. And Christopher Daniels was like, nah, you can't do that, big dogs. We're gonna have to strip you of these belts. And that's how we got the Patriarchy versus Bang Bang Gang, which the Patriarchy ended up winning. Trios. Yes.
Now, I am not mad at all that Mr. Juice Robinson is back. That was probably my favorite American at New Japan for a good long while. So seeing him back, seeing him be all local like he is, looking like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch minion, like I'm here for it.
Yeah,
yeah.
His injury was legitimate.
Oh, so it was? Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense now. Because he hasn't been seen since the Patriarchy took him out. So,
but I think he is cleared now.
Good shit. Now, so we'll see him probably at All Out. Maybe, hopefully.
Now, funny enough, that lovely lady of mine had told me, hey, you just watched Collision and you saw the Patriarchy beat up the Bastard Comeback Club. You should be going for the Bastard Comeback Club. So I was like, why would I go for a team who just qualified for the damn match? I'm going for the Patriarchy. The Turtleneck Guard ain't about to lose that match. And lo and behold, God damn it, Lip Dizzle called it with the Bastard Comeback Club. And it was like, some of my bitch.
Fucking guy.
Some of my bitch.
I was just going with the golden rule of anytime it's a multi-man match, you just go for the champ.
You just go. We had 12 men, 4 teams in this match.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
it made sense.
You got to understand.
I mean, look at it. The damn wrestlers is too much for the goddamn graphic.
I would never go against
on the graphic.
I would never go against the turtleneck god at all. And that again, that was my original pick.
But you definitely
thought about it. I thought about it. Pac, because Pac missed last year. He missed last year, and Pac has been getting the shit in of a lot of deals lately. So it was like it only made sense for him to get his big moment here. And there's also the potential of him joining the BCC. So
I mean, especially with that rumor of John Moxley, so it makes sense.
So I'm here for it.
Oh, also, what? Oh, sorry, this way. What's up with Mr. Mox over there?
That's what I'm saying. It's been rumored out there in the IWC that he may be entertaining WWE again. So we just don't know because we hadn't seen Mox since he lost to Naito.
Well, since Vince ain't having them pull wagons around anymore.
I mean, technically,
he don't have to be in a face mask saying "City Stank" now. So hey,
now a slight sidebar, and granted, this is complete tinfoil hat conspiracy theory, fantasy booking. If we can all remember back in 2016 SmackDown, the original bloodline was Roman, Usos, and Dean Ambrose.
God damn it.
Mother.
Just saying.
All right.
I'm gonna just say this. Last year's Survivor Series, when one CM Punk showed back up at the end of that War Games match and tore the roof off. I'm just saying, if they get, he should be John Moxley if he goes back. But if they get John Moxley to go back to that WWE, the crowd is gonna go loco.
Yeah, especially if
They are
get
going to go
that
insane.
John Moxley. Especially if they get this gentleman here.
Oh no, it's gonna happen. They have no choice but to make it that gentleman. That cannot be Dean Ambrose. That has to be John Moxley.
We need to get patriarchy Christian back in WWE.
Jesus Christ.
There's
many fatherless wrestlers do we have over there in the WWE?
Exactly.
Oh my God, Roman Reigns lost his father. Oh my God.
And so did Cody. And look, and then think about, and this is a complete sidebar, people, and think about all the running jokes. Now, can they get away with it? Netflix, they probably can. But remember, Triple H and Ric Flair did the whole, your people thing with Booker T. And Christian can easily go with the whole black roster and say how many fatherless black.
Oh my God. USA WWE can't do that shit, but Netflix WWE can do all of that shit.
Look here, Paul Levesque, you better
what are we about to? This is not even AEW related, but what are we about to see between Dom and Liv Morgan on Netflix? Oh my God!
Live sex celebration, baby.
Oh no, it's gonna be fucking. What's that show called? Bridgerton. It's gonna be fucking Bridgerton. Oh dear Lord.
Look out for the next hot tag video, people. We're gonna have to talk about this.
But we're gonna have to talk about like day one Netflix. Oh man.
But congratulations to the potential new BCC. They got gold, baby. They got more gold.
Now I'll say this, personally speaking, upon watching this match, it was way too much going on for me.
Yeah.
It wasn't the fact that I didn't enjoy it.
So much.
It was way too much going on. I mean, look at all the humanity that's here.
It was the extra 4 guys in the match. Because normally you can do this with at the max 4 teams of 2. But to have 4 teams of 3, it's just it's too much. Because it becomes a spot fest. Everybody has to get their stuff in, and it doesn't come off the way that you would want it to for the most part. I mean, take a gander at the at that 16-man tag match on 0 Hour.
Yeah,
like perfect example. But luckily
you said 16, man. I just gotta be like,
luckily they got it done. So it didn't overstay its welcome. It was just a lot happening at a short amount of time.
No, I gotta admit though, there was definitely a couple of moments where you were seeing the cameraman or the cameras shift into one spot while you're catching another spot happening mid-angle, or things like that. Like it just always happens with multi-team or multi-man matches like that. Just like it's just always like, okay, this is happening, but like, oh shit, why? Oh, this is about to happen. Oh wait, why, cameraman? Why did you shift over here? Like,
you cut away right before the action got good. Oh, go
exactly. Yeah. AEW is guilty of a lot of that, but still love that brand.
Still good.
But yeah, congratulations once again to Pac, Claudio, and Wheeler, aka the Bastard Comeback Club. They are now trio champs. Pac got his Wembley moment and got some gold to go with it. And speaking of some gold to go with it, the next match was a grudge match. It was a feud for the ages for all of time in cinema. We got Timeless Toni Storm going against the glamour Mariah May. And if you didn't know how we got here, when Mariah May won that Owens on the women's side, she betrayed Mariah, and then boom, she betrayed Mariah. She betrayed herself by betraying Toni Storm. You know what I'm trying to say.
Look, that high heel to the face.
Took heels to the face, left her in a bloody heap. And now
you could say that she went full heel.
Full heel by using all heel.
Yeah, I was okay with the match, but there are points where it kind of slogged a bit.
Because we
Mm.
knew who was gonna win.
Yeah, true, but primarily in the middle. I don't know if Mariah got gassed at some point, but she did kind of slow down. And
Yeah.
Tony took a lot of offense in this match, like completely unexpected. I thought this was going to be one of those situations where, of course, we knew Tony was going to lose, but at least there would have looked like a chance where it was like, okay, well, she's giving Mariah a run for her money, but it didn't
Was
turn out like that. I'd say about a good 75, maybe 80% of this match was pretty much Mariah May getting the best of Tony Storm. And
yeah.
and it's crazy because Mariah May was the one that got busted up the most in this match. But
Yeah. I mean, that kind of follows a theme now that you look back at it, because later matches. But I don't know, man. I just didn't know if Mariah May was going to just end up being the one to take that belt, especially because she's still kind of green compared to the rest of her competitors that may have been coming up or might be coming up in the, like, along the way. But
yeah,
like, I don't know how long she'll be champ, or if she'll end up just being a transitional champ for the next person. Who knows who's going to end up taking it from her, or what Mariah May is going to do with it.
yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that because I know the general consensus of what everybody understood was the fact that Mariah May was going to be the next one to have that belt. So my thought would have been that they would have spent all that time building her up so that way she's ready for it. Now, when the match happened, of course, I didn't see that. And then when she won, it still kind
Yeah.
of felt like fluff. Now, granted, I will give her this. During the press conference, she did seem to own it a little better, but the process to get there was an issue for me. So I don't know how she's going to do well in ring. Character work though is golden. I'll give her that
Oh yeah.
as a heel, but her
I
in ring, I
can
don't know.
agree there.
And maybe that's due to the fact that maybe Tony Storm just isn't the proper dance partner for her. But we'll have to see when she goes up against the next contender. But
Well,
right.
you know, me and the missus, when we was talking, and we thought one of the biggest missteps they made was having Mariah May betray Tony Storm so soon. She just won the
Yeah.
Owen. She betrayed Tony. Then it was like, oh shit, we still got 5 to 6 weeks before the pay-per-view. So now we gotta try to make it work.
Yeah.
And it didn't help that the person who was, in essence, let's put it this way, Tony's Lackey, was supposed to be the next champion. So you didn't even build up Mariah in a way to where she should be next until she betrayed Tony.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it wasn't a surprise. Like everybody's seen it coming a mile away. So if that's going to be the case, then at least take all that time that we know about this and just find a way to build her up behind the scenes to be prepared for this and make that match as golden as you could possibly make it. But
hey, who's next up on the rankings? Like after, like, for Mariah May?
I think they took the rankings, turned that some bitch sideways, and stuck it up their ass, because I don't even think they go off of that anymore.
They
damn.
They brought the ranking system back for like a hot second, and now it's just like nothing.
All right, so
all over again.
All right. Well,
but hey,
never mind.
Congrats to Mariah May. Hopefully, she convinces us that she deserves that belt.
I'll give her credit.
Speaking of one of those bathroom breaks Mr. Dizzle spoke of earlier, there was a legitimate image of people going to the bathroom when this match happened. And if you don't know, we talking about for the World Championship, the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho defending against Hook. One word, all caps, Hook. And then, of course, we get the stipulation of if Hook loses, he can't challenge Chris Jericho again for the title as long as Chris Jericho is champion. Once again, AEW and these stipulations.
Since I was a kid, recall the bathroom matches being the women's matches. Because I mean, back in days of old, like they were usually matches that, I mean, between like wrestlers that weren't exactly trained in wrestling. But as times have progressed, women's matches have been getting better and better and better and better. And I can finally say that without any shadow of a doubt, this was in fact the, and I capitalized THE, bathroom break match. I did not give two shits about this match. I did not care if Hook won or lost. I wanted him to win, but I did not give two shits, two rats' asses, two whatever you want to put in this blank here. Yeah, like cool. Hook is FTW champion. It's a namesake championship. Can we stop making it to where he's so dependent on this championship?
Well, Tag Nation, that was so eloquently put. We can move on to the next match.
God damn.
Oh, hold on, because I need to say this real quick.
Go ahead.
The FTW championship is the worst thing to happen to Hook. Period.
Fair. Fair.
Because the
100%.
thing is, if you're going to talk about typecasting in any situation, whether it be movies, TV, whatever the case is, the fact that he's Taz's son, and at first the idea of it made sense. However, the execution, and let it be known, Hook is what, a 3-time FTW champion right now?
Something like that.
This belt is useless as an AEW. It holds absolutely no value when it should have. And if you were going to do something with it, you should have kept Chris Jericho with that title to have him disgrace it, do whatever, and either have him, one, get rid of it, or down the line have Hook win it back to then retire the belt, so that way nobody else tries to get this belt, because it serves absolutely no purpose and Hook cannot get away from it, and it keeps him in the shadow of Taz. So any buildup that we had, or any good faith we had for Hook's booking, is completely dependent on whatever happens with Taz and this belt. So he needs to distance himself from it as soon as possible.
No, that would have been a great angle to see, like Chris Jericho like hold a little in-ring ceremony to retire the belt and literally throw it back at Taz.
So that's my 2 cents on it. Hopefully we don't have to have this conversation about Hook and FTW championship ever again.
I don't know. Well, the next match was for that AEW Tag Team Championships. We got the champions, the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, going against FTR and The Acclaim.
Now, this was the Spot Fest match done right, in my opinion.
I'm so mad at this match.
Oh, come on, man.
I didn't really
You
care.
can't be mad at the EVPs.
I wasn't the biggest fan. I was sitting there watching it, and I was like, something just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
The whole time I was like,
that?
something just does not feel right with this match. And I think I know what it was. Unfortunately, Yeager, I know how you gonna feel about it, and I'm so sorry. This match was completely done because of what happened with CM Punk and Jack Perry last year. That is the only reason why 2/3 of this match returned. This is literally last year's match with The Acclaim.
Which is why The Acclaim should have won.
I mean, I wouldn't have been mad at it.
Hear me out. Because the thing is, if you're gonna put FTR and Young Bucks in a match together for the umpteenth time, it needs to be an FTR Young Bucks match. The thing is, and you could have easily gotten away with this. You have the Acclaim win by whatever means, and then on Dynamite, you have them strip Acclaim of the titles and put them back on them to be the perfect heels that they are at this point, abusing their power. But you leave it to where it's definitive, because everybody knew that if it was going to be somebody, the Acclaim were going to take the fall if they were going to lose. So what's the point of even having this match to begin with if that's the case? That's why I picked the Acclaim originally to win this whole thing, because I thought it was going to be some stupid shenanigans down the line. But hey,
Well,
This
I went
one
with Matt
literally
Theory.
followed. Oh, go ahead, man.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say this one literally followed those rules of the multi-man match theory, where the champs just retain. I again had been out of the loop for some AEW for a little bit, so I'm looking at this at face value. So yeah, following the multi-man match theory, but then seeing that, didn't the Bucks lose last year?
That's the reason why I went for him this year. Because of
Yeah.
that. That's the sole reason why. It wasn't because of the storyline wise. It's because they felt they need their get back from last year.
Yeah.
I guess that's fair.
That's the only reason I chose Matthew and Nicholas.
I mean, it was a solid match. I mean, I'll give it.
Now we go from okay. Back in character. Funny enough, the way this card went, we had a car crash of a match with the ladders. Then we had a women's title match. Then we had the FCW champion. Then we had this tag match. And then we go into another multi-man match, because rolling in here, we get the Casino Gauntlet. And bear with me, because I'm going to round off all these names for y'all, because it was a lot of people. You had Orange Cassidy and Okada start this thing off. In a surprise number 3, we had Nigel McGuinness. Then we had Kyle O'Reilly, Zack Sabre Jr., Roddy Strong, and my brother out there, Jay Briscoe. Then you had Adam Page, Jeff Jarrett. After it paused for a little bit, we had the debuting. The highlight of the night, the King. He is old. He is officially all elite. Ricochet. That's not a typo you see on your screen. Ricochet. Then you had the turtleneck guard, because he said, I'm not leaving without something. Then you had Luchasaurus, aka Kill Switch. And I need to let my voice rest, so y'all take it away.
You know what? I'm gonna have to petition that Scoot Briscoe make multiple returns, because this is ridiculous.
I need it. I need more of it.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. I mean, most people would be like, Ricochet, was the highlight of this match. I'm gonna tell you right now, outside of Hangman doing his obsessed shtick, Christian Cage was the one that saved this entire match. Because every time
multi-man AEW match,
every time he makes an appearance, it is the grimiest, schemiest, just down, out, dirty, whatever way you want to call it. He finds his way, and I'm glad, because I think Christian Cage may have the most perfect booking in AEW, because no matter what he does, he finds a way to make it work. And this worked perfectly. That's all I got to say about this. I mean, the match was solid. Hey, whatever, cool. Ricochet came in, but nah, I would have never put Ricochet in this match to begin with.
I legitimately can't help but agree with you, though. Like, because as soon as Christian Cage, like, his countdown music started showing up, I was like, no. Like, no. It's just like, no. And then Luchasaurus just eternally fucking dick whipped or brainwashed or whatever the hell he is. Excuse me, Kill Switch.
They had Luchasaurus on the screen when he came out.
But when he is assistant, the turtleneck guard, he is Kill Switch.
Okay.
He saved the turtleneck god
As one
yet
should.
again
As one
after they
should.
had a whole ass meltdown from this losing the trios the belts. I was just I don't know, like you said, skeevious, like just I'm over here like just disgusted and mad, and I'm just like, and then I had to think about it again, like, damn, he's good.
Well, like I put in the chat, Christian Cage, aka the Turtleneck God, said he was not leaving London empty-handed.
Yes, he went
He
full
was leaving
Denzel.
with
I get it.
something. And this is the beauty of this match, because I love how they describe this match, how it can end at any time. As soon as it was a
Yeah.
pinfall or submission, match over. So I appreciate the fact that we got all the contestants in said match.
Mm.
Now, when I seen who was all in there, I really started to go for what Dizzle was saying about Nigel McGuinness being such a hater that, damn, he's going to be the one who's going to try to retire Crying Brian, as he likes to call him on Collision. But the fact that Christian Cage was like, nah, I'm taking this. This is me now. With the help of Luchasaurus, a.k.a. Kill Switch.
Kill Switch.
I'm taking this. I got the contract. I hold the power. Now, when we get to that main event, I thought that's when he was going to enact his power, but he let the main event play out, because that would have been, if it would have happened the way I saw it in my head, that would have been the most hellish thing I would have ever seen in my life.
To take this, oh my god!
But
I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think. Oh my god!
Now I will say this: this next match here really woke me up, really made me pay attention, because this match was either going to go one or two ways. It was either going to be the best thing we was going to see, or it was going to be the worst thing we was going to see. Thank God it went the best. And I'm talking about, for that AEW American Championship, we have the American champion, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, also known as MJF, versus that aerial assassin, Will Ospreay. The entrance they gave Will Ospreay, how could that man have lost? He had Ezio, voice actor, do a whole little vignette for him. Then he had the dancers do. It was like, oh, well, just give him the belt. Then just go ahead and just give him the belt.
There was no way. He got the green light from Bryan Danielson. He got the Ezio voiceover. He got all this. Like there was no way that he was going to be losing this.
You know, when you get two people, because you have a lot of professionals in this industry, you know, people that work together, people who are horrible dance partners. These are two people who I never would have expected to work so well together, and two, it's the rivalry that I didn't know that I needed. And these two are absolutely fantastic. Now, I will say that for the amount of money that they wasted just to do all this American attire for MJF, I'm going to say it was well spent.
Full Apollo Creed?
Yes, because they went full on with all of his in-ring attire and his casual ring attire. Everything. He's not going to use this stuff ever again.
Never.
That belt is gone. That belt is never to be seen again.
The custom belt to the custom entrance attire to all of that. He's never, ever going to wear any of this stuff again, unless he goes to WWE and does this shtick with the US title. I don't see it ever happening. But as far as the match goes, holy shit. This, I mean, granted, I still think the 60-minute match that they had on Dynamite, probably the more superior match, just based on the implications and the tension. But this match is easily a close second. Had they given it more time, I'm pretty sure it probably would have surpassed it. But as far as everything that they did with the match itself and them telling the story from top to bottom, easily probably one of my favorite matches of the night, if not my favorite match of the night.
Now, hold on. Now, I got to get a little isolation right quick. So just bear with me, fellas. Bear with me. All right. Let me clear the lane for old Scoop Briscoe here. Now, this goes out to one William Ospreay. Now, look here, William. When you first came into AEW, I was very unfamiliar with your work. I've seen matches here and there. I was unfamiliar with your game, sir, and I apologize. I was wondering what the hype was about, why everybody was so excited, why everybody was litty two-titted. But after seeing you for these last couple of weeks and last couple of months, actually since you've been in the company full time, that's all I can do is just clap. You have been one of the most entertaining things on this program since you've been there. I see why they paying you the big bucks, hopefully, and I see why the crowd loves you so much. So, Mr. Ospreay, I am so sorry that I am late to the Ospreay party. But now that I am here, I am excited to see everything that Aerial Assassin has to offer. And that was my time.
You single-handedly need to see his feuding, his back and forth matches with Ricochet, which I hope and pray continues now that he has came to AEW.
I mean, One Piece is already happening Wednesday. We got Ricochet versus Kyle Fletcher come Wednesday.
I'm here for it.
So we got the start.
We're on the road. Right, we on the way.
Now
I need it. I need the continuation of this because there's going to be so much flippy shit, and I'm just going to be a kid watching this shit all over again.
Now, speaking of the next contest, oh boy, it was rough, and not rough in a good way. It was rough in the worst way possible. Because the next match we have on the card is for the TBS Championship. We got the champ, Mercedes Moné, the CEO, versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. So we got the CEO versus DMD. And this match was rough to watch. It was rough. And I hate to say this because she is on the intro. She was the first one to grace us, and I will forever be thankful. Maybe they rushed her back a little too soon. A little too soon. Maybe put Dr. Baker back in the oven, no pun intended, but pun intended, for a little bit longer and let it cook. Because she only had one match since she's been back, and then boom, she's on the big stage at Wembley. You should have let it cook just a little bit longer, then let her have a match. Because it was rough to watch. It was rough. I don't know if you two gentlemen feel the same, but it was rough.
I mean, bro, I've been gone so long, or she's been gone so long that I forgot what she was injured for.
When she returned, she said that if I'm correct, Dizzle, I don't know if you've been seeing the clip, but she said like her whole right side, the left side, she couldn't even feel it.
Yeah,
like she like it wasn't a heart attack.
It was like something with her nervous system, I believe.
Yeah. So that's why she was gone for the better part of a year.
I'm gonna chalk this up to a multitude of situations. I mean, my speculatory side says that there may have been a disconnect between her and Mercedes. That's one.
I can see that.
Two, you have the whole backstage stuff with her and MJF and stuff like that.
I can see that too.
That causes that, which caused her suspension in the midst of this whole feud going on. And then, of course, you know, ring rust and her coming back after a year or so.
Yeah.
That's what I can chalk that up to. And again, all complete speculatory, more so speculatory on the aspect of her and Mercedes having somewhat of a disconnect. this to me is more so the opposite of what I said for the previous match, where you get two people who just work together very well. I don't know if her and Mercedes, and we'll have to see in a future match, but I don't know if they are compatible in the ring. And Mercedes has had some missteps since she's came to AEW as well. And I'm saying that in the ring, her promo game is absolute dumpster juice. Love Mercedes, absolutely, but her promo game has not improved since WWE, and she was trashed in, and it's complete, like I said, dumpster juice now. No offense at all. It's just some people have it, some people don't. Ricochet, for one, is absolutely dumpster juice on the mic. He's gotten better, but he too does not have the prowess of his girlfriend slash fiance.
And they want to blame and talk about writers. There's a reason why writers exist sometimes. Because when you go off the cuff, off the brain, especially when you got to fill in a certain time slot,
Some people are gifted with that improv, and some people need a little guidance.
Yeah. No shame. It just happens. Some people just have the luck of the draw, and some people don't. You know, she's a very good in-ring worker, but you know, some people need talkers, i.e. Bobby Lashley. It happens. It happens. But yeah, it's in with this whole thing, with this whole feud, I became uninterested when they started giving Mercedes a lot more time on the mic. You know, way too much. Absolutely way too much. Now, will things get better? Who knows? But I probably could have done without this match, to be perfectly honest.
Especially on All In. Maybe on Grand Slam, this probably would have been perfect on Grand Slam. That way it had more time to develop, more time for Dr. Baker to get more matches in and this and the third, but
little brain teaser, but who would you have preferred Mercedes face if not Britt?
This is gonna sound shitty on my part. She really didn't have to be there.
She didn't.
Fair enough.
I probably would have gone the route of building up new talent if that was the case. I mean, probably bring Anna Jay back and focus
she's
on
Ring of Honor now. She actually no, I think she's in Japan.
That's my question. What's up with this blondie way over here?
I think she's hurt.
She's out of there. Yeah.
You know what? What they should have done, to be perfectly honest, they should have just brought in Athena for this.
You know, I wouldn't have been mad
just as
at
a
that.
temporary thing, because I'm pretty sure they would have worked better together. And Athena doesn't lose anything out of taking an L from Mercedes.
Yeah.
And then you could have had Britt come back in around All Out.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we do plenty of fantasy booking. But
sure do.
Now, this next match here was not for the faint of hearts. If you prefer your matches with a little bit of violence, if you like your violence with a little bit of wrestling, well, here you go. Because just like the pay-per-view said, all in, buddy. These two men was going all in for that TNT championship, that newly created TNT championship. You got Jack Perry versus Darby Allin. And once again, if you like your violence with a little bit of wrestling, here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Take it away, gentlemen.
Darby needs to calm the fuck down. Cause
man, he wants to retire early.
Look, I get it. But just, man, we need you to make the most of your tenure here. We need you to be able to win a world championship and we need you to do it without killing yourself early. Granted, this makes for fantastic moments in the match. This makes for fantastic spot fest. This makes for good live entertainment because the shock value is ridiculous, and you clearly have the scars to prove it. However, please, for our sake and your brittle body, which I'm surprised it's still intact with how small in stature you are. All respect, though. Stop doing it for our sake.
Please.
It's cool. It's cool for like the big for the big shows, but you are doing this on a consistent basis. And I still ain't forgiving you for that stair spot you took from Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky.
Oh.
Hell, even the one Christian Cage did. What Christian Cage
this man
into them steel steps.
This man got hit by a car not even that long ago.
Bus. It was a bus.
Excuse me, bus. A full ass bus.
It was a New York City bus.
It was a New York City full ass bus he got hit by not even that long ago. And this dude's over here literally throwing his body at a straight up coffin.
Now, I will say this, though. After everything I just said, this match was fun.
Yeah.
This match was absolutely
it was a spectacle. It was a spectacle to behold.
One thing, gentlemen, one thing.
What's that?
And I'm gonna get the mic close so y'all can hear me and hear me well.
Get in there.
Jack Perry, formerly known as Jungle Boy, nicknamed by us Jungle Man, because he gripping leather.
Ripping leather.
This past Sunday should be the very last time anyone should see you referencing anything with CM Punk. Let that shit
thank
go.
God. Yes.
We don't give a shit about the real glass. You done poured out the glass. You started.
You poured it out of a bag. You got slammed on it.
You even had people chanting "fuck CM Punk." This be the last time.
Please.
We see anything with you is CM Punk. Move on. That man has moved on. You should move on. Jack Perry, leave it alone. I hated everything about that spot. I was fine with everything else in that match until with his little snarky little face, his little wheezing little face, gonna grab that bag of glass, pour it out, and start. Fuck all that.
Nah.
No.
He said it without saying it. Look, real glass.
Drew McIntyre told me to do that spot.
Drew McIntyre
told me to do the spot. That's what the picture was about. That's after they smashed that glass. It's like, hey,
you know what? You cut to Monday Night Raw. CM Punk is watching All In, going like, "You motherfucker."
Any wonder why I beat his ass?
Jack Perry is in the role that he needs to be in right now. I think him being the scapegoat, him having this Brian Pillman-esque switch on him is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think they need to just go full in on this whole thing with him. He needs to hold that title for quite a bit and just run roughshod on everybody that challenges him.
I can fully agree with that.
So
the only man I potentially see taking that belt is that Ricochet fella. I can potentially see that Ricochet, because if you're looking at these names here, this is pretty much would be the names for that TNT championship in essence. And the only one here that makes sense to me is either going to be Kyle O'Reilly or Ricochet, but I see more Ricochet.
Yeah.
You see, I see more Kyle O'Reilly just because I feel like Ricochet's going to dive headfirst into that feud with Will Ospreay.
That makes sense too. Especially
Yeah.
with the international
We'll see.
championship.
We'll
I can see
see.
that as
We'll
well.
see.
All right, gentlemen, before we get to the main event, do you have anything else to say about anything else on this card before we get down to it?
No.
Hmm.
No, except for one thing. When you mentioned that whole Christian Cage thing, probably cashing in, I did think about it, and it was like,
Oh no, that was the only thing on my mind because I didn't know he could do it at any time.
his promo thing would have been fire, because I can easily see him talking to his kids, being like, normally I talk to fatherless kids, but after this, you're gonna wish that you were fatherless after the way I beat your dad.
Damn.
Facts.
The only thing I'm going to say is not even technically pre-match. It's going to be like leading up to match, but shout out to Bun B showing up.
Oh yeah,
All right.
the remix for
Yep, they did the remix.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, we got your main event for All in London. We got title versus career. We have the champ, Swerve Strickland, big pressure when he arrives. He was accompanied to the ring by DJ Who Kid, Flash Gormans, Bun B, and West Side Gun. And like Yeager said earlier, when West Side Gun appeared, they cut the camera away. No, go back. He is still walking to the ring.
All the way back.
Go back. You had Nana doing the Nana dance. You had all of that. But then,
yeah, Bun B rapping. You had me wanting to eat a Trill burger while I fucking watch this match.
But of course, the first one to enter that ring to the tune of the final countdown, we got the American Dragon himself, Bryan Danielson. As he said on Dynamite this past Wednesday, the best fucking wrestler in the world. These two gentlemen was putting it all on the line. Everything was cashed in. All the chips was on the tables. This is the most ultimate you can get. Swerve's title versus Danielson's career. You even had Bree, Birdie, and Buddy ringside watching the match. This was just bigness. This was big time. This was worthy of a main event match. And I will say out of this, though I wasn't happy necessarily with the outcome, it is a 5 out of 5 for me, baby. 5
I'm going to also say big ups on the fact that this was the first time, or like, was it, what did they say the stat was for Swerve? Like, he was the first African-American, like, wrestlers to main event in Wembley.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Fucking, like, hell of a footnote there for him.
I could appreciate Swerve gear, acknowledging the fact that he's the 8th world champion, all of that.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
No, like, everything about this match was fantastic.
Yeah, this now, Swerve does not lose anything in losing this match.
No.
At the same time, I will say that Danielson doesn't need the belt. However, I'm pretty sure even if Danielson wanted to lose to Swerve, TK was most definitely probably not having it, because it was like he allowed Sting to go out the way that Sting did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this also was a testament to Swerve to see how well he was going to do against somebody of Bryan's caliber. And I think it's fantastic. Now, there were certain missteps that I hated as far as the lead up to this, with Swerve like doing the pseudo heel stuff. I think it could have been done better. I'm pretty sure they tried to do that to just try to get the best out of Bryan. But
to be honest, it wasn't needed.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Swerve healing on Daniel really wasn't needed.
Yeah.
Them versus each other was big enough.
Exactly. But he's got to keep that same energy that he kept with Hangman. Like, this is the
I mean,
guy
he
that
could,
broke into somebody's house. Like, he doesn't need to break
could.
into Danielson's house, but he's got to like wave to the kids and be like, "Look at your daddy."
No, I was fine for what he did in ring, but like Bizzle was saying, what led up to it,
Oh,
him
okay. The lead
healing
up.
on Danielson was unnecessary. It was like,
Yeah.
why did we have to
Gotcha.
have Swerve beating up on? Because he beat up on Wheeler Yuta, which made sense. But then when Danielson went to go check on Yuta, he started beating up on Danielson. It was like, no. They could have saved any fight between them for this match.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Now, tinfoil hat again. I do believe, and this is a stretch because there's a lot of things alluding to it, a lot of stuff happening in the background. Who knows? But this could be the precursor for a Swerve heel turn. Because again, wearing black, him wearing black and gold, Ricochet wearing black, gold, and silver, the colors of the Hurt Business, black and gold. MVP went and trademarked the name, the Hurt Syndicate. Ricochet was one of the people that MVP originally wanted in the Hurt Business. I'm sure Swerve would have been in talks for that as well. You have a solid potential tag team within Ricochet and Swerve. You have a solid potential world champion in Bobby Lashley if you want to go that way.
You get a TNT championship with MVP.
Yeah, and you got the same thing with even if you take the Ricochet and Ospreay friendship and using that as Ricochet's turn to heel, and then him potentially taking the title off of Ospreay, it can go a multitude of ways.
Yeah.
Now
you could actually have Swerve and MVP tag up too. I mean, that wouldn't be anything to frown at.
Swerve can go ahead and take that TNT championship off of Jack.
That too.
Yeah.
Fuck the Elite.
Now, and you know what? And that could be a running thing about that too. Now,
or Swerve take the title off of Okada.
I will also say this because my
I
original
want Kenny back.
My original pick was going to be Swerve because of all the matchups. That's you have Darby, who already has a guaranteed title shot. Then you have Hangman in the wing as well. So it seemed like all the potential suitors for him to go up against were already there. So it seemed like, okay, well, they still got miles with Swerve's reign. But this is Bryan's last year. That's on record.
Supposedly.
So you have him go up against Darby. You have him go up against whoever else, Christian Cage as well. And then he loses to somebody, and then he has his farewell match with Nigel McGuinness.
I'd love to see that.
And then you're done. And then he probably goes to WWE for the Hall of Fame. And then he ends it there. Now, will he wrestle in WWE? I don't know. Probably doubtful. Maybe have one more match, possibly. But he's definitely going into the Hall of Fame. Because he has
all I'm saying is the year 2025, a certain superstar we cannot see said that was his last year. How fitting would we get to get the superstar we cannot see?
That's interesting.
And the American Dragon.
This guy or that guy right there.
One more time.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
Hair plugs and all.
Hair plugs and all.
I didn't even consider that. Like you think they're setting up a Hall of Fame gauntlet for Cena?
He said at Money in the Bank, 2025 was his last full year. So when 2025 was his last full year, they essentially said he's gonna be there for at least 30 to 40 dates throughout 2025. So we know Rumble, he's gonna be there. Mania, SummerSlam, for sure. Them three.
He's probably gonna do all big four.
So he's gonna show up at a random Raw or a random SmackDown here and there throughout the year, matches here and there. All I'm saying is, let us get the man we cannot see, and that man who's now the current AEW World Champion at least one more time. One more.
Okay, I'm with it. I'm
here for it. I'd like to see some legends go at it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with the way this match went down, as far as like the ending of it, they gave Swerve a showing. They allowed Swerve to give Danielson the business of finishers, and they allowed Swerve to kick out of Brian's business of finishers.
Hell yeah!
So I mean, the first time he took the psycho knee, he was like, "Hey, did you just knee me in my chest?"
He psycho kneed him. He was like, "Yeah." He was just like, "Okay, yeah, that was fun."
If that's all you got, Danielson, you about to retire tonight for sure.
Bro, like I'm not gonna lie, Swerve was dominating, like almost to the point of like Mariah May on Tony Storm.
Look,
even after he's kicking him, and then even after Danielson is just standing up going, "I love you so much," and then still just gets squashed right back down to where you're like, oh man, he might actually retire tonight.
That was one of the my two biggest issues was one, what you just said, because Swerve was beating the shit out of Danielson.
Dog shit out of that man.
Two, well, I said it was two reasons. My bad is three. Two, why the fuck did Hangman bring his ass out there? You and your mustache
no reason for
stay
that.
in the back. His mustache staying in the back.
We didn't need him out there. There's every reason for that.
Was not needed.
It's called continuity.
I get that. Number 3, AEW. Stop having these drastic ass stipulation matches. The only person to ever lose a drastic ass stipulation, he is not with the company anymore. Stop having these drastic ass stipulations.
Oh yeah.
He's the only one to ever lose a drastic stipulation. The only one.
Obsessed Hangman is everything.
Getting on my goddamn nerves.
I want that man on every time.
Your mustache away from this match.
You know what? This Wednesday, I hope Swerve has a match for the shit of it, and Hangman still like runs roughshod.
Oh, it's gonna happen because he's obsessed.
Yes,
he's obsessed. But the problem is, Swerve is still 2 up on you, big fella.
That's fair.
He hung the Hangman.
I was about to say, young Hangman with chain, man.
Look, man, all I gotta ask is if somebody showed up in your house, like just fucking around with your kid like that, would you ever give up on that person?
But goddamn it, at least do something. You getting your ass whooped left and right, up and down from city to city. At least if you gonna do something, goddamn do something. Shit.
I'm just saying that feud would be eternal for me.
And I 1,000% agree, but it don't matter if you getting your ass plastered.
That would be the Vegeta Goku win-loss ratio for me.
Like shit.
I love it. However,
it's starting to look like how it is when you fight a From Software boss. As long as I beat you one time, that's all that matters. You can beat me 197 times, but if I get that one, that's what counts.
You know what? Call Swerve Millennia, I guess. I don't know.
Or goddamn Radon in this bitch. Shit.
Radon, fuck. And what? Is Prince Nana the horse?
Wow.
Actually, spoilers for the Elden Ring DLC. Technically, Prince Nana would be Mikla. On the back.
No. Oh no, not on the back. Not on the back.
Giving him encouragement to keep going. You are the champion. On the back, long flowing hair. So,
Damn.
See,
Damn.
now for that, we definitely need the Hurt Syndicate now. We need some.
I want the Hurt Syndicate. I want them. I was a little upset that Bobby Lashley didn't debut, but I mean, I figured he wouldn't.
If he
No, I figured he wouldn't.
If he is going to sign with them, then it's probably going to be at the earliest All Out.
You know what?
I mean, they got to keep some stuff in the chamber.
Not mad at it being All Out. I was happy they had Ricochet show up.
Now, I'm pretty sure we all knew that it was coming with Danielson's celebration and everything, having the family in the ring and stuff like that. Having Claudio and Wheeler Yuta come out.
and Pac.
Oh, was Pac there too?
Yeah, the whole
yeah.
Comeback Club was there.
All right, go. All right, see, yeah, the boy gonna join.
Oh damn! I guess Moxley's out now.
I think he'll still be in. Now it'll be interesting to see when he comes back for sure.
Yeah,
but
is he injured or is he like injured?
I have no clue.
All I know is he lost to Naito and hadn't been seen since.
I mean, if there's anybody that's gonna make you sit on your ass for a while, it should be Tetsuya Naito.
That's also true too.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything yet. I'll have to do some extensive looking and find out. But yeah, it can't be that serious because I haven't heard anything.
Now, also, what's crazy about this card, I know we're not finished done talking to. There was damn near about 100 wrestlers all in all. And that ain't even all. That ain't even all the roster.
There was a 16-man. There was a 10-man. There was another 10. What was it? 12-man. There was another. What was that? 6-man. Damn. Yeah, and all the other matches.
Look, AEW has to do something with their AEW roster and their Ring of Honor roster and get some shit squared away, because they have good makings as far as the top of their card, but they got to find a way to integrate everybody else and not let everybody else look like goddamn cannon fodder. Because you see one person get somewhat of a push, that push depletes, and then they're no longer anywhere. Top Flight looking like they can't fly worth the shit anymore.
They a whole faction now.
Which
it's Top Flight, Action Andretti, Leo Rush, and Layla Gray, and they all dressed like pilots.
Oh wait,
Layla Gray?
Yes, they a whole faction and they dressed like pilots.
Wait a goddamn minute. Layla Gray?
Yeah.
What is she doing? She ain't high flying.
Well, she's with them.
She up there, but I mean, she ain't high flying.
Well, yeah, they a whole faction. Top Flight, Action Andretti, Leo Rush, and Layla Gray.
Action Andretti. You know what?
Well,
what happened to
they've
what's
been
his
running
name?
as a trio for the longest, Action Andretti and Top Flight.
Yeah,
but they recently added Layla Gray, and Leo Rush has kind of been like, "Hey, let me kind of latch on to y'all.
Let me talk to you.
Let me talk to you."
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start paying attention to Collision / Rampage.
Oh yeah, I watch out. The only thing I don't watch is Ring of Honor, but as far as Collision and Dynamite and Rampage, I'm usually on it. Like I said, Ring of Honor is the only thing I don't watch, because now I'm starting to realize if certain people just kind of disappear off the face of the earth, they've probably been on Ring of Honor this whole time.
You know, Anna Jay was on some Stardom shit too over in Japan, so
I think she's still over there.
Okay. You know what? As long as she's doing well over there, that's all I care about.
Yeah. All in all, this was a solid show for me.
Absolutely.
It was.
Oh yeah.
It was worth the $50. I paid for it, so
Solid.
I'm cool with it.
Same.
Like we said, there were some matches that we could have probably done without, but at the end of the day, the show as a whole,
We got it.
yeah. Now, hopefully, All Out can follow suit and it be just as good, if not better, and we'll go from
The
there.
build is quick because they only got a week.
Yeah. I mean, I think we got 2 matches so far. With the
We got Willow and Stat. We got Pac and Osprey, and that's all we got so far.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's the match I was thinking.
So we're gonna get the rest on Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
These next couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because it's in 2 weeks. So
it is. You're right.
So yeah. Here's hoping. Scoot, that boy Scoot has some
I
days.
got the quickest turnaround time, but it don't matter because I walked in the All In and I went All In and came out still with this. Now I got Bash and Berlin in NXT No Mercy. If I walk out of that, I gotta go into All That. Wow.
You got some short turnarounds, you know.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
I will
this
do
is if you're showing
what is necessary to keep this. I don't care about a tag in the bank, a money in the bank. I don't care about a heartthrob. I don't care about a foreign door, forbidden door, whatever door. I don't care. I will do what's necessary to keep this right here with me.
Oh, that man Scoot Strickland.
I am the forever champion. Okay.
Wow.
Forever.
Yeah.
I'm glad you believe this. It's
I
gonna
believe in myself more than Joe Hendry. God damn it. That's what I'm trying to say.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
If you say his name, I appear because I'm the champion.
Oh shit!
Okay? I'm the one.
That's Scoot Briscoe, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what? Scoot? I've got the new Quaxton. So what you gotta say about that?
Oh, you can never replace. You can never replace the original. The original is always here.
This is Quack Sire.
Wrong way. His arch nemesis.
You know what? We got it.
You can never replace the original. See, what your duck is, your duck would be Solo Sikoa, and Solo Sikoa look fine and dandy until Roman Reigns show back up. And when Roman Reigns show back up, he lets you know he has all the aura and all the juice. Quaxton can never be replaced. Okay?
This is Quack Sire.
Never.
Because he is your sire.
I'm sick of it.
You can be sick
no,
of it.
I had to assemble this motherfucker. All right, this mother quacker. Yeah.
The problem is, Dizzle, you could be sick of it. What you gonna do about it? You're the holder.
You gotta get your own duck,
the puzzle
Dizzle.
piece. You have the key to turn the tides for everything. Because see, the problem is, if we go off of history shows the tag and the belt that is so precious right now is 0-1, thanks to that forbidden door.
Yeah, so you said
the problem is, are you gonna make the same mistake? Would you change the fate of that tag prediction and make it 1-1, or is it gonna go to 0-2?
But man, all I'm gonna say is that Jugs wasted the shit out of that. I don't think this man's gonna do that.
Oh no, he's not. You see, the problem is, though I'm willing to do whatever I need to do to keep that championship, this man, wrong way, this man,
there you go,
learns from the turtleneck god himself, Christian Cage. You think I'm conniving? This man is more conniving than me.
This is true.
So
fair.
he's been sitting there formulating and thinking. He's probably on some goddamn Doctor Strange shit, thinking of 1,000,001 ways of how that belt can come back to him. But the problem is, I ain't Thanos. I'm not Thanos. Because it's been shown when I lose this, I get it back. I have it 12 times. 12. Give me a few more times. I'm going to have it more than Ric Flair. I'm just here. I am the inevitability. I am the greatest tag prediction champion in history.
You know what?
I had the longest reign.
I'm gonna give you that.
Double-digit title reign.
We're gonna give him that. I mean, facts are fact.
Now, the one thing I can never go back and do, I can never go back in history and become the first. But boy, I wish I could just snap that out of existence.
My
I would have loved to
God.
have been the first. You would have never heard the end of me. But it don't matter. This weekend, Bash at Berlin on Saturday, NXT No Mercy on Sunday, and I hope to walk out with champion. Ass champion. Y'all know what the hell I mean.
Hope is a strong thing, my friend.
With champion, who been giving you tips? Huh? Ducky wants to know.
My voice is going out, but I don't care, goddammit. I plan on showing no mercy. And I plan on bashing all of y'all in Berlin.
Bashing.
We're good. Look.
This is how we do it here on this tag side. Y'all need to come into the family. Matter of fact, because I think Dizzle's about to get ready to call it while I'm still amped up, because I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew and I ain't drinking Mountain Dew. That's the problem. Because whether you love it or hate it, don't forget to rate it thumbs up, thumbs down, but you better give it some thumbs up, baby. We deserve all the thumbs up. We deserve it all. Yeah, I'm taking it from you. I'm taking it from you today because I'm hopped up. I'm hopped up right now.
All right.
So you got to clear the runway for the 747 jet because it's coming through. No brakes. All gas. Living life a quarter mile at a time. Word to Dominic Toretto. My foot don't know brakes. It's going. Once you do all that stuff, you gotta like the video. You gotta comment on the video. Share the video. After you do all that stuff, you gotta hit that notification bell. And once you hit the notification, nope, I did it in the wrong order. You gotta hit that subscribe button. And after you hit the subscribe button, you gotta tag the notification bell so you can be notified for tag me in. You can be notified for hot tags, quick tags, Dizzle moments, tier lists. If Jaeger starts producing more content again, him down there with that luscious, beautiful hair, I ain't forget to say, comment on it. It's looking all luscious. I see why you going as Jaeger McIntyre, because it's looking very McIntyre right now.
What the fuck is happening?
It is just luscious, beautiful mane of hair. I wish I had a luscious mane of hair that way. Now let me get all this out before I lose my voice, because I feel it. Excuse me. Once you do all of that, you come into the tag family. You come into the tag nation where all is welcome. We don't care what race, color, creed, height, age, religion. I don't care. You're welcome here. Let's talk about wrestling, a little bit of video games, and let's have fun. Now, the one thing we like to do on this channel is throw up one of the greatest. If it's not number one, it's number two hand gestures in professional wrestling today. This is how you know you can run into a wrestling fan at any time, anywhere, at any given place. It's that too sweet. So as I give this too sweet to my tag brethren, thank you for that break so I can get my voice back together. The champ is here. The champ is here to stay. Whether I lose it, I'm going to get it back because I am the forever champ. Scoop Briscoe, Mr. Tag in the Bank, Lip Dizzle, Jaeger McIntyre with that beautiful, luscious mane of hair, our Forbidden Door jugs. We are here. Come join the family. Tag. I'm out. I don't know if they want to be out, but I can't talk no more.
With that
I
said,
can't talk no more.
Tag
Tag
the
out.